In the case of God, there is not a tiny shred of evidence for the existence of any kind of God.
The point, however, is that it is a very ambitious hypothesis that God exists, and there's very little reason to suppose that it's true. What a rational person, I think, has to do is to say, well, there isn't enough evidence to support such an adventurous hypothesis, so we have very serious doubts about it, but that doesn't mean we know that it's false. It's just there's insufficient reason to suppose it's true. You can't demonstrate a universal negative. That is, I can't demonstrate to you that there aren't invisible animals running around this room, and I can't demonstrate to you that God does not exist.
You, I think, Richard, believe you have a disproof of God's existence.
No, I don't. You were wrong when you said that. I constructed in the God Delusion a 7-point scale, of which 1 was I know God exists. 7 was I know God doesn't exist, and I called myself a 6.
Why don't you call yourself an agnostic then?
I do, but I think it's
you are described as the world's most famous atheist in
not
a book
by
I
me.
recently.
Not by me.
But can I ask you to
right,
spell out your argument?
I'm a 6.9.
Your Boeing.
Even a theistic philosopher, like Richard Swinburne, argues
that, although reason can reach a fairly well-justified conclusion about the existence of God, it can reach only a probable conclusion, not an indubitable one.
I can't resist telling you an anecdote. As an undergraduate, I was a member of the Voltaire Society, and we used to have dinner with Bertrand Russell, and he was 85 years old. And we thought, well, you know, he's getting on in years, and we put the question to him. We said, well, suppose it were all true, that after you pass away, you show up at the pearly gates. What would you say to him? And Russell didn't hesitate a minute. He said, I would say to him, you didn't give us enough evidence. And that, I think, is the right answer.
In a paper from 1952, philosopher Bertrand Russell stated that not every assertion, which cannot be disproved, is very likely.
If I were to suggest that between the Earth and Mars there is a china teapot, revolving about the Sun, in an elliptical orbit, nobody would be able to disprove my assertion. But if I were to go on to say that, since my assertion cannot be disproved, it is intolerable presumption on the part of human reason to doubt it, I should rightly be thought to be talking nonsense.
Why are you not a Christian?
Because I see no evidence whatever for any of the Christian dogmas. I've examined all the stock arguments in favor of the existence of God, and none of them seem to me to be logically valid.